Jump into barbershop conversation, guys. I'm here with Dante, Boxing Nation, Boxing Eagle. I said Eagle. Boxing Eagle, Sean Zettel from the Boxing Voice, and we got I don't know his name, but
Hooper Jabber.
Hooper Jabber? HoopJab.com, guys. Yeah. We all getting it in. We doing a post-fight talk. I figured I'll record it since
while we uploading videos.
And stuff
for y'all. Multitasking
for y'all. And it was we just established that Postol Sean was mentioning that Postol was the threat. And now
just because he didn't look like the threat tonight doesn't mean he wasn't the threat. You know, and Crawford's there's no real threats to him at 140, and that's not his fault. He shouldn't get anything taken away from him because of that. But he's probably going to sit on them belts for about 2 fights or so, build his name, keep growing in status before we see those epic showdowns at 47. And that's not him ducking him. That's just him doing what's right and taking his time after unifying the division.
Well, let me say this. When you conquer the world, and there really are no threats, available, then, you really can't, just like Sean just said, you can't blame that on Crawford for beating the best guy in the division. I mean, that's no different than Andre Ward beating Sergey Kovalev. Once he beats Sergey Kovalev, he'll most likely be considered,
he's only
pound for pound. Oh, yeah. We already know. Oh, that's a 3-hour conversation. we can incorporate that.
He's not going to get to sit out and just defend his belts against anybody.
Do you guys think that...
calling for him to move up?
Well, Crawford too.
You guys feel like tonight we saw something of a preview of Kovalev and Ward?
Absolutely.
The tall...
A referendum. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
I think Kovalev's better than Postol.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't mean... the style...
Really? Postol's better than Kovalev?
No, Kovalev's better than
Okay.
But I think it'll be. I don't think the fight will be.
Expect that fight to be a little.
I wouldn't say it'll be similar to that. I mean, because of course Andre Ward. The difference is I expect him to be aggressive going in the inside. He will do a little bit of boxing, use some ring generalship, some foot movement, but at the same time, he's going to be going in the inside. He's going to try to walk down Kovalev.
Is that the best? You guys believe that? Because I didn't think he looked bad. But do you think Kovalev has another gear in him that he didn't show against Chilimba? Being at home in Russia and all that?
Oh, no doubt about it.
Right. I think when people sometimes, I think one of the fighters said it, depending on who you're in there. I think Sean Porter said it today.
Yeah, he did.
Depending on who you're in there with, that kind of, some people fight to their competition.
That's what Boxing Eagle looks like, guys. Let's say you know.
They see him on
they
see him on Instagram.
Oh, yeah, Instagram, working out and stuff.
That's what separates guys like
eating
Floyd
healthy.
and Terrence and Andre, though, because they don't seem to fight down to that level of comp. They're always consistently at that level, no matter where that opponent's at.
Absolutely.
Hey, we got to talk about the whole. So no one discredits Crawford, what he did there. Some people are going to say, he should have took more risks and pressed on the gas. He could, but this was the best guy in the division other than him. So I think what he did was fair, because the only way that I had on my scorecard that Postol could win after a certain point was a knockout.
Right.
So you have to take a bigger chance and a risk to do that, to try to close the show against a game guy. Postol was game. He showed heart. He was coming I don't think he didn't want to win. It just he was getting outmatched and outskilled.
Well, it's up to the guy who's down 8 or 9 points to put that foot forward and take chances. And Terrence said, if the guy would have went for broke and really went after me, I would have got the stoppage. And that seems like that's what would have happened, not just him talking.
I think guys like Rigondeaux, Floyd, and Terrence Crawford, sometimes they get criticized because it goes the distance. But at the same time, you can't, because these opponents become gun shy. Watch Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Joseph Ekbeko. He didn't want to engage once he started tasting the power, and you know what I'm saying? And it makes it hard. Robert Guerrero versus Floyd. When Floyd start really putting the punches together, they don't know how to approach it. How do I get at this guy?
And once again, we have to remember the magnitude of this type of win. He pretty much won the Super Bowl. I mean, if you really think about it, in his
Super
division.
Bowl, his division.
Yeah. So that's what I mean when I say when you win a fight like this.
2 out of 3.
2 or 3.
1 and 3. Rounds 1 and 3.
Yep. Two for sure, and one could probably have went either way.
Yeah. But and this is the thing, how I kind of judge fights sometimes too, is I judge it by even the rounds that I gave Postol, I gave him 2 rounds. they weren't dominant.
No.
As
Oh,
any
yeah,
of
it could've-
Crawford's best wins. You know what I'm saying?
He's been doing a little more when
Yeah.
nothing much was happening.
Yeah.
Like Bradley when he was winning rounds against Pacquiao.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like
I would say
Yeah, he was
the-
winning. You're right.
Like-
Say what you say. Yep, you're right.
The third round, where you said it was a big, round for Postol.
It's almost like
That was probably the only round where you could probably
Won
say
that
he
round.
won that round for sure.
Period.
But the first 2 rounds, they were swing rounds.
Yeah.
You know, so, and we already know Crawford, he always starts slow. And I was telling you at the beginning of the fight, it's reminding me of the beginning of Gamboa versus Crawford.
Remember what I said?
But of course,
Gamboa had
Gamboa
more
was doing a
success.
lot more.
Yeah.
He was winning rounds clean though,
Yeah.
he went
and
I had
looking
about 5-6
impressive.
rounds.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he did.
See, what I said on the radio show too about when it comes to Crawford is he has more tools in his tool shed, and that was apparent. Like Victor Postol said in the post fight, I didn't think he was going to move like that. Because
How could you have not?
How could you have not?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Come on.
How can you not think he
I'll tell
gonna?
you, I know the reason.
Why?
Because some people don't study the true art. Like they look at Crawford's last 2 fights, Thierry Jean, Hank Lundy, guys that he had a beef with building up to the fight. So he wanted to go in there and hurt those dudes.
Smaller guys. Yeah,
Smaller
too,
guys,
yeah.
guys who losses and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. He knew that wouldn't be sensible to just come at him like he came at Hank Lundy, like that aggressive. Remember Thierry Jean didn't even knock him down the first round?
Yeah.
But you don't want to come at a guy who's 5'10", 5'11", that aggressive.
Yeah.
So
But-
Postol's probably judging off of his last because he has been fighting aggressive. Hank Lundy, I think Hank Lundy might have won that first round. He was getting touched a little bit.
Yeah.
So he probably expected, like, oh, he's just going to come and I'm going to outbox him.
I
But
don't,
why? Let me ask you guys. Why do you think Postol kept saying, you know, I was coming forward trying to make the fight,
That's what guys say.
but
when
he
they
wasn't
lose.
letting his hands go?
That's what guys say when
Yeah,
they lose.
to save
yeah.
face.
Yeah. It's the pride of the champion.
It was weird too because it was like he was trying, you know, to be prideful, but at the same time he was being a little honest because he said he was quick and he was strong.
He said
Which,
he hurt me.
yeah,
He did say
that?
he hurt me
I
over
think
there
that's
when I
one big
interviewed
thing.
him.
Terrence proved he's a puncher tonight.
Yeah,
A legitimate,
yeah.
can knock you out.
And we heard it from
Yeah.
Postol. And Freddie Roach gave him some good credit. He gave him a lot of credit as well.
Freddie
So,
Roach actually gave a lot of
Yeah,
credit post-fight.
yeah.
Another thing that surprised me personally is because Postol trains out in California, I didn't expect him to get booed like that and Crawford to get celebrated. Because Crawford's from Omaha,
yeah.
and
Oh,
people
you're
were
right.
cheering like USA, America. and
He
stuff.
brought
So
him
that was good to see that the people were backing American fighters.
Is Terrence a better puncher at 140 than Floyd was?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
At
yeah,
140?
yeah, 140.
Oh, yeah.
Floyd
Floyd
was.
still
Now,
had
if
his
you-
pocket
now, if you-
40. That was
Floyd
the
had
last
brittle
weight class
hands,
he really.
Yeah.
Floyd's brittle hands.
Now, if you ask me at
Yeah, he had about
130
4
or
or 5 years where
135,
his
but at
hands was just
140,
fucked up.
oh
His
yeah.
hands always get hurt.
Right,
back,
Floyd,
that
right.
hand.
But then again, you know, what do we know? Because when I interviewed Shane Mosley, he said that Floyd hit just as hard as Canelo. You know, and then when I interviewed Oscar De La Hoya, he said Floyd hit just as hard as Manny Pacquiao. So who knows, man?
It sounds odd,
That-
but these are the guys that fought.
They,
But
have,
see, it's
Well, De La
they
Hoya
felt
was
the
on-
punches, you
Floyd
know.
he's one of the most accurate in the game, so that's why.
In history, in CompuBox history.
In his, oh,
In
yeah.
CompuBox history, he's the
That's
most
what I'm
accurate
saying.
fighter
His
of all
plus and
time.
minus is ridiculous. And I think that's what hurts guys because it's fast. He has the speed behind it. And they don't, it's just accurate. It's going to hit you right where he wants to hit you.
So, like, when we talk about the future at 47, what's the main matchup we talk about? Errol Spence?
Errol Spence against somebody.
Yeah. That's the fight, right?
That's what we were talking about
we-
in 4 fights. He said 4 fights.
But are we
Crawford
writing
Spence.
off Thurman too quickly? A guy with a lot of talent, can punch, fast. I mean, I know he looked mortal a month ago, but the
Yes.
tools are there.
A good fight.
Yeah.
And then Spence is
I-
yet
I'm
to
not-
show
I'm not-
wrinkles, really. He's walking
Crawford-
guys down.
Thurman is definitely up there, no doubt about it. You know, Thurman, I say,
Thurman
you
to kill
know,
Brook if he stayed at 47.
yeah, but we got to figure out, yeah,
No,
what
I'm saying, who would you pick?
oh,
Thurman.
with Errol Spence in that loop.
No, just Thurman and Brook.
Oh,
If they fought at 47.
I would probably.
Might depend on what country they fight in. Who gets
Man, that's a tough fight. I might slightly lean towards Thurman. Slightly.
I agree with Dante a little bit.
Yeah, I think he
55,
might end up being
45?
just a little bit
Yeah,
more
there's a
aggressive. But that would be a hell of a fight.
Brook
though,
might
man.
be the better technical fighter, but Thurman's got the talent beat on him.
Yeah.
He's a better
Anyone
puncher.
here-
To me, he has more of a determination to win.
What,
You know,
what are your thoughts on Golovkin and Brook? Who's picking Brook to
No one's
look
picking him
good?
to win, but
Anyone
I'm
pick-
interested.
As I
How
told
good can he
Dante.
look? That's the question.
As
Maybe
I
he could pull a con.
Can he go the distance?
Maybe he'll pull a con, win some rounds before the inevitable
Man.
happens.
Man, You guys are fools, just like everyone else. Man, I told Dante, I was like, Kim Kardashian's ass is fake, and so is the Kell Brook Triple G fight. You think it is what it is. You think your daughter gonna be beautiful with fake titties and fake ass and fake nose, but when she come out, she gonna be just an average looking woman. I think that's what it is. It's just he's gonna be an average fighter that night. If Triple G is knocking down Kovalev, listen. If Triple G is knocking down Kovalev, if Triple G is knocking down Kovalev with a body shot, and he's beating up on 175, 190-pound guys in sparring, how the fuck can a 147 guy withstand that for 12 rounds?
He's not light on his feet like Khan was. He moves, but Brooks not the fastest. He's not the quickest on his feet. He's going to be in front of him.
Another big issue for me is Brooke. I rate him at welterweight. I think he's a great fighter, but he ain't fought no one as good as Porter since Porter.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't think this is a good prelude to Golovkin. You don't fight Kevin Bezier and Jojo Dan and just jump up to Golovkin 2-weight. That don't even sound right.
You know that
doesn't sound like good preparation.
I think that was the plan in itself, though. Like, bring the belt over here, get his mid. No, I'm serious.
Wait till the right opportunity.
Wait until the right opportunity, and wait till you're actually required, because he's getting over $1 million a fight. When they do them panoramic views at the O2 Arena, you like, damn.
In all of, not all, but a lot of them pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Right? Like
BoxingNation and all them pay-per-view.
So is he cashing out? Is that what he's doing? Does a guy know he's going?
Oh, for sure. If he goes 3 bum fights in a row, he's cashing out, right. For sure. I mean, who can get away with that in America?
McIntyre told us that's what Postol was doing this weekend. So that's why he didn't take the fight in between the last 2 months.
And you know the question I wanted to ask Postol. Now, since you said the Matisse was better than Crawford, compare those to each other. Compare them two fighters to each other now. I would have loved to have gotten to hear that response.
Crawford has
what's odd?
Like the other guys, Selchuk, Aiden, Matisse, they're more or less there to be hit.
Yeah.
Crawford is a different look. You know what I'm saying? So to me,
he wasn't used to that.
Postol is a solid boxer, but he's a straight up and down boxer.
No special effects.
It's different when you got Crawford, who can mix it up. He can be aggressive when he needs to. He's ambidextrous. He has speed and rhythm and athleticism. It's different. Matisse is there to be
much different.
He's in front of you. And he's much shorter.
Again,
Crawford was shorter, but not that short as Matisse.
And again, to Crawford's power, Matisse, I think he had him a little stumbled once in that fight against Postol, but Crawford drops him twice. That just shows.
People were actually talking about Crawford and Matisse back in the day.
Yeah.
That's a mismatch.
Matisse don't want no parts of him now.
They wouldn't even allow Crawford to fight Provodnikov. And that's a compliment. And they, huh? Oh yeah, he is. But still, they wouldn't, with the criticism that they gave Crawford for even trying to fight Provodnikov, I think they would give him the same criticism for trying to fight somebody like Matisse, just because they know he will win the fight most likely. Which is a good fight on paper. It's a good ass fight. Matisse, before he lost to Postol, he was looked at as like top 3. The best fighter at 140.
I was one of the very few guys who knew Danny was going to beat Matisse.
I picked Danny.
You guys did too.
You picked Danny?
Yeah,
I still have the video on YouTube.
Right.
I picked Danny.
Hell.
I did a broke.
I got the video of
check out my channel. Check out
How can you bet
breakdown.
against Matisse at that time?
Oh,
No, I'm just being.
I just saw it. Danny was his strength. He was a big junior welter, and everyone was talking about Matisse power. But what was Matisse going to do with Danny's left hook?
I respect that. Hey, I didn't pick him. I picked Matisse.
Everybody did though, but everybody picked Matisse. Mostly.
People got bought too much into Matisse.
The power. They fall in love with the power.
Buckenberg beating Roberto Soto.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was running through those guys. Oh, Lamont Peterson was his best out of that. Little
Yeah,
run.
that was the one night he really did look like.
Yeah, where he looked like a problem.
Yeah, like a
Because he knocked
Golovkin
him out
type.
in the third, fourth round.
He took him out in 3. Just blew right through him.
So that was good because I rate Lamont Peterson and Victor. You come back in the Victor Ortiz fight with Peterson, fought back to a draw when he was losing, got knocked down. So
Well, I guess Lamont was just a terrible style for Lucas because Lamont likes to fight, get like he did with Khan, get on the inside. And he boxed against Danny, but
speaking of Lamont, are we just freestyling?
Yeah. It's important now.
I got to shout out to Felix Diaz because he gave Lamont a run for his money, but that Sammy Vasquez Jr., Felix Diaz was hungry.
Yeah. For sure. Hungry.
Fight,
He was
That was a hell of a fight.
Sammy Vasquez showed heart, but Felix was just like, he was hungry for that retribution.
Man, it reminded me, I'm just saying the effects of when I seen the blood shooting out of Sammy's mouth, it reminded me of Ivan Drago getting shot, getting popped by Rocky. You know how they got when they zoom in and all that blood, that's when the fight turned around. Remember? Mm-hmm. Rocky just caught him and all of a sudden he bled. And
he's not a machine.
He's not a machine. He's a man.
do you think?
I might go watch that movie now.
I know, man. That line is hype.
You know what I said? You know what I said after that fight, or even during that fight? Sammy Vasquez is the Arturo Gatti of the 147-pound division.
I hadn't seen enough of him.
You said the Arturo Gatti.
Because he has the makeup of the guy that looks the part.
He's a much better boxer, though.
No, much better. Yeah, okay. But is he can't beat anybody?
Well,
that was Floyd Mayweather's. He is everybody's coming out party.
Eric Morales was the Arturo Gatti of Arturo Gatti's generation.
You can say that, but he won a lot of fights, though.
Right.
Do you guys think he should have cashed out Sammy Vasquez because he was offered the Crawford,
Errol Spence fight. Errol Spence fight,
and he would have been in an eliminator.
Spence beat him
in amateur.
Yeah, twice. He beat him twice in amateur.
Oh, he was the favorite. I would say at least 3-1.
What was an accident?
Oh, against Diaz.
I got
he's got followers. I thought they was going to eventually make that.
The ultimate question from BoxingEgo.
Ultimate on the spot predictions. Sean, you too.
What's up, bro?
Shut up, Sean.
I really want to know because my thoughts on it might be different. Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. If it were to happen like this, like at the end of the year, if Wilder healed, if it happened soon, who you guys picking? Wilder or AJ?
I'm picking Wilder.
I'm picking Anthony Joshua.
I guess
that's a tough one though.
It's not a tough question. It's not a tough question.
I don't feel confident about picking.
I don't sleep on Wilder.
I love
Deontay
Wilder.
See, honestly, right now, I think it's Wilder if it were to happen soon. But if Joshua keeps growing and looks like this machine, then it's going to be harder and harder. But he only has 17 fights.
Yeah.
He's a monster. But to me, he looks kind of Frank Bruno-ish, where he's mechanical in spots. He doesn't show much punch variety, and he's slow. Wilder's athletic with cracks.
You think he's slow? I think he's got some good.
Wilder is athletic. Wilder's athletic, but he don't have.
I don't think he's that slow, but he is slow on his feet, though. He's slow on his feet, and he hasn't dealt with athleticism yet.
Somebody that's his height or better
that can match his speed.
And he don't have the volume. He don't have the volume though to fight with Anthony Joshua. And Deontay Wilder.
That's a good ass fight. I mean,
it's a great fight.
Right, because Anthony's going to slow it down, and he's
because that could be a fight of whoever connects versus out. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah, that's heavyweights.
Well, that's always a question with heavyweights, but Anthony Joshua brings Anthony Joshua brings 2 bottles of alcohol to the party. Deontay Wilder only brings 1. I think footwork, but his footwork is Deontay Wilder doesn't. Deontay Wilder's IQ.
I think the power is
about
the same.
Yeah,
the power.
Yeah, the power. What? Wilder and Joshua.
His right hand can really.
I think Wilder has a little bit more power.
But Anthony Joshua may be able to hurt you with maybe more of a variety. Maybe
he's a better counterpuncher. Joshua's
a better boxer. He's a better boxer.
Because Wilder, he has the.
His hands are too low to fight Anthony Joshua.
Tell us how you really feel.
I mean, I like Martin. Joshua's just the overall better fighter.
Yeah, overall he's just better. Overall, God made him different. I mean, he picked up boxing in his late 20s. Early 20s.
Yeah, his talent's off the charts.
Yeah, his talent level is off.
I think they both beat Fury.
I think they both. I think the only person he loses to is Anthony Joshua. Wilder.
It's funny because so many people favor Fury over Wilder.
He doesn't have a belt. He doesn't have a belt, so we don't.
I actually have Fury at the top,
but it's not a real belt.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
No one fights Luis Ortiz. No money.
So who would you have at the top right now?
I think the guys at top are Wilder and Joshua. You could have them any way you want.
A left-handed heavyweight.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean,
and he got cracked. And he's athletic.
I actually do think
Fury.
I couldn't believe that shit.
With either one of them. I think it'll be a tough fight with either one.
I think the thing is with Fury though, is he going to do more in that rematch? Because he just did more. Klitschko did nothing, and he did a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, to me, that was Styles kind of making fights, though. I mean,
he wouldn't be able to hit himself too.
Yeah,
Tyson Fury, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he.
But
he won points on feinting.
He won't do that against Wilder.
That nigga won points on feinting. No, he did. He did. That nigga was like he was breakdancing.
I was okay with that for the first couple rounds. I was like, come on,
Yeah, it was like he was talking bad. He did win that fight on fainting.
No, Travis showed the statistic that how many punches.
November, they finally finalized it, right?
It's in October.
October what? Yeah.
I hear you, but Vlad's got to get at least.
Yeah, Vlad, he deserves it. Vlad deserves it. Was it 17 in a row? 17 in a
Either
row?
him or Fury.
Let's move on.
Fight one of the other guys.
You guys think Vlad's gonna beat him? Yeah.
Klitschko's gonna come back?
I feel like that's the
Klitschko?
the pick most people making.
I mean, I picked it.
Oh, I take that big payday against Wilder for sure.
I picked Klitschko to beat him the first time, but
I did too.
If Klitschko comes hungry, yeah,
I don't think Klitschko's hungry anymore. I think he has a lot of pride on the line, but when you get hit,
Where
that
was
pride
this
goes
hunger
away.
ever at? I don't be back on the
what
heavyweight champion of the world.
What about
When did we ever see that dog? Vlad Sam Peter. That's when he showed up.
And that wasn't even really dog.
Huh?
I mean, he got knocked down like
Three times.
Who's that?
When Vlad, that was probably the best exciting fight of
Oh,
Vlad's
yeah,
career.
oh yeah. I mean,
think of Cannon Briggs and Let's Go Champ.
Yeah.
And hey,
Yeah, apparently.
I just want to see the
David's
fight. I think David Hayes is a better
thinking about
fighter.
I think
David Hayes.
I think Shannon Briggs looks good as hell for like the first
20
first
seconds.
minute.
20 seconds.
First, I'll give it a minute.
Shannon.
He's
The
a-
first 2 minutes,
He's a two-pump
Shannon
champ.
Briggs looks good.
Yeah, Shannon Briggs. Shannon
nice
Briggs.
body shot and everything, but against an old. Well, here's if the guy couldn't get to the top of the division 10, 15 years ago, how could he do it now? You know.
Well, he bought a George Foreman grill. so he knows. So he knows, man.
Well, then you better find the guy who's gonna beat him for 9 rounds and then hit him with one shot here in this arena.
Yeah, you're right. David Hayes is too small. David Hayes is too small for the heavyweight division.
I don't think so. No, not anymore. Not anymore. He
That
done
was
put on
frust-
about 30 pounds.
But his,
And I think
it's a different 30 though.
I think David Hay is like one of the hardest punchers in the division. I really do, man. I mean, it's real. Looking at his weight is deceptive. I'm telling you, man. He's a hard puncher. And matter of fact, I think David Hay, he matches up well against all of them.
He's just got to be willing to take chances.
Yeah.
Because he didn't do that in the Klitschko.
Oh, he'd be forced.
The openings were there.
No, but against Joshua, he would be forced to fight like that because Vladimir is a counterpuncher. And he's just a jab
He's gonna wait
grab
on
fighter.
you anyways. Right?
Yeah, but he's going to have to fight against Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder. Same thing with Tyson Fury. They're going to have to fight. They're not going to be able to fight the way they fought against each other. It ain't going to be no patty cake.
I just wonder what it's going to do for the sport when we have a real, legitimate, undisputed heavyweight champion.
I hope he's
younger.
American. I hope it's Deontay Wilder.
The heavyweight division is back, man.
I genuinely hope it's Deontay Wilder because it would be so great to have heavyweight championship fights either in New York or Las Vegas.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And have the chance to actually cover it. I don't think I've done a big time heavyweight fight. I think I just missed it.
You didn't go to Jenny?
That's not but that's not a big time heavyweight fight. I'm talking about like I've been to a Jenny's fight when he fought somebody here, but
It really hasn't been.
but not in my lifetime. Not in
Not
the last
since-
8
not
years
since
that I've been
really
working on boxing.
Lennox and Klitschko.
Yeah.
It's the last true
hmm
mega heavyweight fight.
Who was it?
Klitschko and Lennox.
Oh yeah, wow.
That's the last two great guys in the ring at the same time. Right.
That definitely moves the meter in terms of people wanting to get intrigued with boxing, having a heavyweight champion of the world.
Absolutely.
Because if you got a 147 guy, 160 guy, you believe you can
Beat him up.
But when you
You're
got
wrong.
the literally heavyweight champion, you're wrong,
Yeah.
obviously. But when you got a legitimate heavyweight champion, where it's like he's God,
He could beat up
he's
anybody.
God.
That's
Like,
how
he's the most baddest man in the
That
world.
used to be the perception. They said about 60, 70 years ago, they said the heavyweight champion used to be bigger than the president of the United States.
Bigger than Super Bowl, bigger than all
They said
that.
at one point Muhammad Ali was the most recognized.
Yeah, I heard
face
that.
in the
I heard
world.
that.
It's got to be the most iconic athlete of all time, any sport.
Yeah,
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
yeah, because he transcended
Right.
everything. He was with the Beatles and all kinds of pictures.
Malcolm X.
Say it again. What was the question?
Huh?
What did you say about Malcolm before?
Oh, just how Ali transcended, beyond even just pop culture. Malcolm X, everything.
So we're done. Barbershop Conversations, Boxing Ego. That's what he looks like. Dante.
You already
And
know.
you guys don't see Sean.
Sean is the one.
Oh, yeah.
See.
From the Boxing Voice.
West Side.
Y'all never see him. Y'all never see Sean. And they've never seen you either.
Yeah, they see me every now and then.
Every now and again when you're on the red carpet, when you're on the red carpet stuff.
This is the entrepreneur
This is
right here.
HoopJab.com.
What's up, y'all?
All right, thanks, guys. Barbershop conversation, post-fight talk. Crawford, Postol. What's his name? Crawford looked amazing. Anything else y'all want to add about Crawford?
No, I just master class.
Yeah,
No doubts. No, I mean,
He just won. Congratulations on winning the Super Bowl in your division.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Hey, we can cut it off. Ward Kovalev. I want to hear y'all picks on that.
Ward Kovalev right now on this? Okay, Ward Kovalev. Well, everybody.
Ward.
No, but the funny thing is, if you asked me that shit a month ago,
Kovalev.
I would have picked. Fuck yeah, I'll pick Kovalev. I picked Kovalev, but I have to preface this every time I mention Kovalev. I have to preface. I hate the shit out of Kovalev. I think he's a racist. I don't like him. I'm not speaking for y'all. I'm speaking for barbershop conversation. So I don't want no one to think that y'all are agreeing with me. But I fucking hate Kovalev.
I hope you're wrong. I'm not saying you're not. I hope you're wrong.
When someone intentionally does the shit he did on his radio show in the Ukraine, whatever it was, and uses the word nigga, and then
I didn't know that. I thought he just did the shirt.
And then he did the Adonis Stevenson.
He used the N word.
And then you
never mind.
And then you do the Adonis Stevenson monkey shirt. You know, it's just. And I picked him to win the fight, and that's why I didn't cover him against the Muhammadi fight. I didn't come. I figured he don't deserve to be in the black newspaper. You know what I mean? And that was it. And I hope he get his ass kicked. And I'm gonna be covering that fight from Tuesday on. I'm gonna stay at Dontaes' house, and for Kovalev Ward. I'm joking. But I picked. But obviously, you pick Ward.
Oh, you know I picked. Come on now. I mean, if Chilemba and we don't even have to just compare it to the Chilemba situation, but of course, that's a hell of a gauge though when you see what Chilemba was able to do. I mean, if Chilemba can hit Kovalev with slow ass telegraph right hands and hooks. One time he threw this wide ass telegraph hook.
Just to get
Nah.
You don't.
I don't believe. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. That doesn't necessarily mean that's the way the Ward Kovalev fight is going to look. Because for all we know, it could be competitive. But Ward, just like Postol versus Crawford, Ward has way too many dimensions. Now, I would say when it comes to Kovalev or Postol, he has no special effects. He's straight up and down. Kovalev has some slight special effects, but nowhere near on the level of a great arsenal. Oh yeah.
He has a great offensive arsenal, but when you can't set your feet like tonight, when you can't set your feet against an athletic, cerebral fighter, what chances do you have? The same thing with Floyd. Oh, he don't have no power. Oh, he's too little. Oh, he can't knock you out, but you can't hit a cerebral guy who never lets you set your feet.
Ward has an impeccable jab, and then the other thing is Kovalev. I don't think he's a great inside. Mid to outer range. That's where he's.
Let's keep you on the end of his shots.
So if you're Jean Pascal, you're getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna fight the in your wheelhouse type of fight. That's what Pascal knows. But
he's used to being that fast guy on the outside that gets what he wants.
Ward's going to be on the inside, shooting uppercut.
The only chance Kovalev has in that fight is if they clinch and an injury happens.
He's gonna have
like seriously, and that can happen.
So you ain't giving him no chance.
He has no chance.
He's got to come with tons of heart.
His only chance is to.
He's got to be ready to eat a lot of shots.
Yeah,
that's his only shot.
This might sound controversial to some of y'all, but I studied this. I think Ward could knock him down. I don't know.
I think he'll. I think he has a real good chance of stopping him late.
That's not his temperament.
Walking him down.
I don't know about stopping him, but I think knockdown for me. I think that could happen because Blake Caparello.
Who that he fought before B-Hop? I can't think of his name.
Styles, you got.
Talk about that, please. Talk about Styles make fights.
Wait, Styles make fights, but I want to respond to what you just said, Sean. You got to remember, Ward. He knocked out Chad Dawson, someone who wasn't expected to be knocked out. He knocked down Sullivan Barrera, a guy who had never been knocked down before.
Big guy.
We don't really know how Kovalev is going to deal with the type of adversity when it comes to Andre Ward. And you don't need a lot of power to knock somebody out. Right. It's the shot that you don't see. Who plays Fight Game? Who plays Fight Night? Anybody ever played Fight Night before?
Played them all, yeah.
Okay. Well, the way you basically hurt somebody on that game is catching them with a shot that they don't see.
And throwing unrealistic haymakers from your ass.
Yeah. But just like in the game, those haymakers are telegraphed. But if they land, they're gonna do some damage.
But you're not gonna land those shots.
Exactly. Just like George Foreman.
Yeah.
He telegraphs his punches, but a smart, intelligent fighter ain't gonna get caught by that.
Similar to the Crawford and Postol fight. Fighters like Crawford and Ward, I think they use all the real estate as needed. You know what I'm saying? So they make the person come to them.
That's a great point.
So fatigue and stuff starts setting in because
and frustration.
Yeah, frustration.
Psychological.
Because I seen
mental frustration and physical frustration.
Crawford did to me, he was like using, especially round one or whatever, using the whole perimeter of the ring,
side to side too, not going straight back up, not going one way.
So Victor Postol was trying to get in range, and then all of a sudden he can fight in the pocket when he wants. They don't know how to react to that. You know what I'm saying?
I just got to pick Ward just because at the highest level, you usually got to take the boxer over the puncher. You know,
I'm choosing Ward for multiple reasons.
This year, is it almost starting to feel like this is like an Olympic year? I mean, when you had the emergence of the Russians, they like the Russians and the Cubans, they won all the gold medals, right? And so it's a huge emergence of the Eastern European fighters, and you have Postol versus Crawford tonight, and then you're going to have Kovalev versus Ward this year. Those are two of the biggest fights, 1 and 2.
Right.
So I'm just saying it's almost like USA versus Russia. You see what I mean?
They got that.
And I bring that up because one of the good media dudes next to me, he kept talking about the emergence of when we were watching the light heavyweight. That's what we were talking about.
They got way less robotical
and
they still do have robotics.
No, but they're some of the best fighters in the world right now. That's the point I'm making. Right. It's an emergence of them. They're extremely talented, from Lomachenko, to Golovkin. But what I'm saying is, one of the reporters next to me, just real quick, he just kept talking about the emergence of them and how good they are and how dominant they are, and now all of a sudden we're getting to see the best fight against the best American fighters, at least this year. So it's giving me that Olympic feel is what I'm saying.
Of course we're partial.
Huh?
Of course we're partial, but I still think the American style is the best style in boxing.
Well, yeah.
Nobody moves their heads better than the Americans.
Yeah. The versatility. Once again, the special effects, being able to adjust, at the drop of a dime, and that's what we've seen tonight. And see, this is something else that was impressive about Crawford. Notice how Crawford, all of a sudden, he showed Postol what Postol was supposed to be doing earlier to him.
You mean later on?
No, when I'm talking about in the 12th round, when Crawford, when he went into that high guard and he started being the aggressor, it's like he was showing Postol, this is how you get on the inside when a person is moving away. Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
And in the 11th,
he's showing the dimensions. He's showing
popping him with the jab almost to show.
So the point I'm making
is the jab you were trying to land on.
Wow. Yeah. What's up?
CompuBox.
Ooh.
Put that.
Mikey Williams. We just got your post, man. Nice. Mikey Williams.
That shot is crazy.
Yeah, that's vicious. Is that almost look animated? It almost look animated.
Animated sweat off his head.
You're not Milli Vanillion over there, are you? It look animated, man.
All right, we out of here. Barbershop Conversations. Great talk with my fellas. BoxingEgo, DontaesBoxingNation, Sean Zintel. You guys never seen him before, but actually he was a professional boxer, so he not only knows his stuff inside amateur, but you are one of the few reporters that actually.
And he sparred with Hasim Rockman's son.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the only.
Before Rock became real good. But
he's one of. Let me finish giving you a compliment.
Sorry.
You're one of the few guys who actually been in the ring and actually reporting boxing, so you deserve as much credit as anyone. And we have my main man from LA. HoopJab, and I'm just Barbershop Conversations. Fred Hawthorne.
Put it on Neil one more time.
Yeah, he ain't the only
one. They gotta know he does it all on his own too.
But I will say this,
and he ain't the only one been in the ring. I've been in the ring as well.
Right.
Yeah,
more than me.
And I do put in 60 rounds a week though. I just want everybody to know that. So you fuck with me. I'm the smallest guy here, but if you fuck with me, I might give you a 4-piece. Yeah, right. Except shot. I ain't fuck with these guys, but yeah. But anyways, Barbershop Conversation, guys. This is fun. Appreciate it.